Hello everyone, it's Miriam with Practical Astrology for You, and today I would like to give you some insights into the astrology of Hollywood actor Johnny Depp, who finds himself yet again in the middle of a legal battle with his ex-wife Amber Heard. So the trial has started yesterday in Virginia. Maybe some of you know that Johnny lost a previous court case in London in 2020. So after Johnny divorced Amber Heard in 2016, the former spouses have been in an ongoing battle. Was accusation against accusation. She accused him of abusing her. She accused him of domestic violence, mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and Johnny denies all claims, and he is apparently very intent on setting the record straight and getting the truth out there and proving to people that he is not the person that his ex-wife tells the world that he is. And there is lots of indicators in his chart that show what is currently going on and what is happening in the background of that. So what we see in Johnny's chart, the most striking thing is when we look at his 7th house, which is about relationships, partnerships, we see that he has got natal Saturn in his 7th house. So obviously Saturn is a major indicator of life lessons. The area where Saturn is placed in our chart is usually the area where we're going through the toughest lessons and also the longest lessons in our life. And this pretty much seems to be the case with Johnny right now, because isn't that such a classic Saturn in the 7th house, a legal battle, settlement, trying to achieve a settlement between two former spouses. He is suing her. I think the amount is $50 million. And she is sort of counter-suing him for like $100 million. So there's also a lot of money involved. So very crucial situation for Johnny here, because we can see that transiting Saturn, that's the outer wheel here. It's almost exact by the minute the new court case was opened yesterday in Virginia, and we see that Saturn is really exactly on natal Saturn. That means Johnny is now having his 2nd Saturn return. So that is always a crucial time, and this is happening in the 7th house of relationships for him. So there is something about something major going on about sincerity, about integrity. This is also strongly linked to his sector of public image here and of career. There's Venus in this house with Mercury. Venus is the ruler of the 10th house, and Venus squares Saturn. So Venus in the 10th, Saturn in the 7th, and the 2 in a square. That is 3 times Venus Saturn. So we can see that Johnny is a man of very strong, very strict values, and Venus is very strong in her own sign of Taurus, which is the sign of values, not just material values, but our general value system. Okay, so Venus rules the 10th house, his midheaven. That is also an indicator that lessons around that topic, personal values, self-worth, self-love, most definitely. That's a very, very important thing, and that's linked with his relationship. So it's quite likely that lots of stories are going to play out in his relationships related to that. And also Saturn in the seventh house is also, it's always an indicator that there is like a long-term intent. So these are people that have a potential for long-term connections. They are focused on commitment, and they normally value truth and honesty with Saturn, right? And that is very interesting because I did a bit of research. I went back to when Johnny had his first Saturn return, and that was in 1993. Yes, a long time ago. And I do remember back then he was dating, he was in a very intense, passionate relationship with actress Winona Ryder for about 4 years, I believe. And then in 1993, when he had his first Saturn return, they split up, and it was absolutely heartbreaking for both of them. And Johnny was crying a lot, and he blamed himself. He never blamed her. He also said it was a very, very difficult to have a normal personal life and relationship with all this Hollywood and superstar craziness around them. But he figured, okay, maybe if I'm honest, if I'm not hiding anything, then maybe that could kill the curiosity monster. Unfortunately, that didn't work out quite as he had hoped for. But that, reading that when he said this in 1993, or maybe the article was a bit later than that, but this was his attitude towards, what transpired at the time, okay? And really caught my attention, what he said about honesty. He said this mattered to him. I thought if I was honest, then it would give me the best result. It would be the best thing to do. So that shows that he really was identifying with this Saturn here in the seventh house. He wanted to be honest about his relationship. Okay, so unless he has really changed drastically, unless he has really become a totally different person and has changed his values and everything in between these two Saturn returns, the first one and now the second one, I think we may still assume, and please let me know in the comments if you think otherwise. Maybe you've got other information that I have not come across yet. But I believe we can assume that he's still someone who's all about his personal values, and what matters so much to him is to get the truth out there, to prove to people that he has been truthful, that he is not the liar that he was branded a liar. He was branded a wife beater. Maybe you remember that was a big headline in the Sun, and then he sued the Sun, the newspaper, because that also had a super damaging, when that came out, like in the press, it had an extremely damaging effect on his career, on his public image and reputation, and he lost out on a couple of major movie roles. He was removed from both the Fantastic Beasts and the Pirates of the Caribbean franchises, so he lost out on a lot of success and a lot of money, obviously, as well. Venus also is about money here. Interestingly, Mercury is here as well, rules the second house of money and values again. So this is like, there's such a focus here on going through his life and life lessons, always staying true to his values. So with all this extreme Venus Saturn, this is someone who's very committed and very real about his values. So it really looks like there is something fishy going on there with these when we look at these accusations. Like all of his ex-partners and whoever testified, all these witnesses, they said he was the kindest, most gentle person. He never hit me, he never hurt me, he never abused me. I have never seen him being abusive towards anyone around me. So we shall see comes out of this new court case, and we can already see that this is going to be a long one. So like with all things Saturn, we need patience, and it will take a while, because Saturn is going to be going back and forth over his natal Saturn. So over the next couple months, we probably get bits and pieces here and there. This trial is, I think it's expected to last about 7 weeks or something. I think that's the current status. But it may actually go on for much longer. So there will be some sort of aftermath. That's what Saturn likes, doesn't he? Like an aftermath. This won't be over very quickly and everything will just come out. This will be a long process, and Johnny will need all his perseverance and persistence. But we know that he's got this. He's got what he needs to see this through, because we can see how much it matters to him, how important it is to him to set his reputation here, this Venus, according to his values, to just get his reputation back. I mean, it's not just about the money, and it's not just for him personally. It's really about telling the world that he is not that kind of person, that he is a good person, that he has done the right thing, that he has not abused his ex-wife, that he has told the truth, and that she is actually the liar. I think she was called a compulsive liar by his lawyers, or obsessed with her image. Well, we can see like Venus in the 10th here. Is also could be a representative also of his, of a partner. But certainly when we look at the 7th house, the 7th house ruler, the modern ruler, that's Uranus. So we take Uranus as a representative here for the partner, a partner in his life. Uranus is conjunct Mars, and it's also widely conjunct Pluto. So that could definitely be someone volatile, quite volatile, unpredictable. Maybe actually the aggressor, because like that is what's coming from his side, that actually Amber was the aggressor throughout this short but very unsuccessful relationship and marriage, and that she was, and there's also this obsessive energy there, maybe with the Pluto, who knows. Apparently she created this role for herself, that she was the victim, and she tried to play that role to perfection here in the sign of Virgo, the perfectionist sign. So we can clearly see that it's definitely a scenario that is like bound to play out in his relationships as a storyline. Everything here is like a storyline, or a suggestion for a storyline, if you so will. And so this time around, it basically looks like this is describes exactly what is going on there. And well, we shall see. I hope the truth will come out, and that the person who did tell the truth will actually gain the upper hand. But it's not going to be a short process, because Saturn will be here in the 7th house long term, and I think probably be about May next year. Saturn will leave the 7th house, so that is at least another year, maybe including some sort of aftermath, or maybe the case will be closed and will be reopened again, and then will be reopened again, and there will be a new lawsuit and a new lawsuit and a new lawsuit. But it doesn't look like this is going to be ending anytime soon, because this is just too heavy, this energy. But we can see, if we look at also his natal constellations, also the moon in Capricorn trine Pluto, yes, this is someone who's very much about truth and honesty and integrity And yeah, so just my personal opinion, I can't see him doing that, but we shall see. Hopefully, all the actual stories will come out, and as this is opened up again after all these years. And just the mere fact, I think, just the mere fact that Johnny just can't put this to rest. It's also like a typical Saturn thing. If you can't put something to rest, it means that there is something really. It's not over. It is 100% not over. And he's not doing this just because he's bored with his life, or because he wants to seek attention or draw attention to himself. I can almost like feel the desperation here to just set this right, to show people, no, I was being honest. I did not do this. I can't live with this. I can't live with being called all these names, like an abuser, a wife beater. I mean, that's insane. I can't bear that. I really can't bear that. There was one occasion apparently where I think Johnny's sister said it in the courtroom, and she was talking about one occasion where Johnny was with some representatives of the Christian Dior brand, the big fashion brand, perfumes and everything, and they asked him about a potential collaboration. And apparently Amber, she entered, or she was present, and she said to Johnny, what? How can these Dior people why would they want to work with you? This brand is all about style, and you have no style. And I thought, damn, that's pretty harsh. How can he choose someone as a partner who shows him that little respect? We know that Saturn is all about respect, and it seems like he's got lots of lessons around self-worth and respect, and he has attracted a partner who is showing him like zero respect, zero value. Also, apparently she called him an old fat man. So wow. Wow. Yeah, it's a big lesson. It's definitely a big lesson. Maybe he's just really, he needed that kind of long story in order to just fully awaken to the fact what he has gotten himself into, and choosing this particular woman as a partner. And all these lessons around self-worth and self-love and self-respect with Venus here in Taurus. And will be very interesting to see the upcoming transits. Also, Uranus is nearing the exact square to natal Saturn here as well, and the node is also just crossing the same degree as well, 23. And it's hitting that Saturn, so that is a major, this could be a major turning point also, I think, in his career. So for him, it is like, this is the biggest mission and the biggest task, as he just can't let this go until it's truly settled and sorted and done, and done and dusted. And this matters too much to him. He just can't let this go. I mean, it almost looks like hopefully there is a chance for him, once Uranus really comes into contact with Saturn here, that he can just also like almost break free from this pattern, from this really destructive pattern, and that has damaged his reputation and his career so much. And maybe he can get rid of a big chunk of nasty karma. That's what it looks like here. Yeah. Because I do think this is a man who is very much about traditional values and about honesty and speaking the truth. Moon in Capricorn. There's also White Sun, Saturn trine, and all this Earth energy. Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments, please. I hope this was interesting. Tell me what you think. Maybe you have other information or new information. I'm very interested to learn. So please like, share, and comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.